Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ann Miller French with Angelic Hands here to do this week's live. And I was visited by one of the Ascended Masters this morning while I was doing some grief release work for myself. Just allowing some feelings to come up to the surface, another wave, if you will. And I was visited by Kwan Yin. So there's various spellings of this Ascended Master's name, and I went with the one that's most common. It's noted here on my description. So I'm streaming live here on my page for Angelic Hands on Facebook, and you can also catch me live on my YouTube channel for Angelic Hands. So to anyone that is just hopping on, if you want to say a quick hello, let me know where you're coming in from. It's always great to see who's connecting with me today. And anyone that is not familiar with me, again, my name is Ann Miller French. I'm the owner and founder of Angelic Hands, and I started my practice back in early 2016. And it was started with energy healing. So I started with Reiki, and then it grew exponentially since then, really followed the guidance of my heart, working with my team in spirit and co-creating my life and working with the universe and really following where I was being guided. So working with my gifts of being a psychic and a medium. I do quantum energy healing, light language healing, Reiki. I also teach Reiki workshops. And I am also a certified and experienced quantum life coach. So I work with many different clients each and every week. We go through different things through their coaching sessions, through their energy healing sessions. And I love my job. I love what I do, and I love connecting with each and every one of you. So this live is going to be a little bit different this week. As I mentioned, this visit came through. I've been doing a lot more surrounding grief release work, and really, I've been talking about this very openly. My journey started, going way back to 1990, and I honestly believe it started earlier than that, just based on the gifts that I incarnated with. And I know that I'm a very old soul, and I'm also a starseed. So I just noticed different things about myself and really was trying to wrap my head around what I was feeling, what I was experiencing, what I was seeing, and, even working with my gifts of being an empath and trying to understand the emotions that were coming up from me and then that were coming up from others. So, we have different emotions that we carry. Some of them are from, life experiences that we've personally gone through. And some of these things we've carried forward from our lineage, from our ancestors, from our elders. If you look at even the different patterns and imprints that were carried from our parents, when we were what was brought forth and when we were born, when we took on this human body. So a lot of different layers, a lot of different things going on. But I will tell you that there is a lot of grief coming up for many different people, myself included. And this holds true for anyone that's been working on their journey, even for many, many years, or if someone says that they're a master of all things. Well, if they say they're not working through something, I honestly disagree with that, because I do believe that no matter where we're at, and these are the messages that I was getting today from Kwan Yin, was that everyone is going through something at this time. And we're all working through our own personal struggles, facing our shadows, our shadow side. So some identify with that as being, we have the dark and the light. Uh, you may have the voice in your head, the voice of the ego that likes to step in and um, place judgment on certain situations or different things, or even judgment on self. So, really looking at what part of you is trying to get your attention at any given time. And every single part of us plays a role in our ascension process. And I've mentioned this before, that no part of us gets left behind on this journey. So, hi, Roseanne. Thank you for hopping on. Um, so this was a beautiful reminder for me. I mean, I am not ashamed to say that this morning I had another huge release, and I embraced that, and I could really feel it here in my heart, like somebody would, like it was being opened and expanded, and I just allowed the feelings to come through, knowing that as I'm clearing out this grief, bringing this up for release, to give it a voice, and for healing, to acknowledge it. And this was based on different things that I've personally experienced, things that I'm working through now, and just really sitting with it and allowing the tears to come forward. And there is absolutely no shame in that whatsoever. As we clear this stuff out, we're being purged because we're being immersed with all of these energies. Are coming in fast. I mean, every day it's coming in fast. So it's up to each and every one of us to take our own personal responsibility to work with and sit with and acknowledge whatever is coming up for us to take a look at. And all these planets in retrograde right now, it's literally a revisit of the past. Or you may even say, I thought I addressed that already. Why is this coming up again? Well, it's coming up again for a reason. There may be another layer to it, or something that was forgotten about, or ignored, or pushed aside, like, I'll address this later. Well, it's coming up now. And that's what's so beautiful about these retrograde seasons, is with each and every different planetary influence, it brings up different things, it calls different things up to the surface. So as you're clearing this out, clearing out this grief, you are essentially making space to make room for the things that you're asking for. And I will share firsthand some of the things that I personally experienced based on this work that I've been doing. I've seen a significant difference in my manifestation abilities, and also my level of awareness has gone up exponentially. My amount of self-love has gone up exponentially, and really taking that time for that self-care and being comfortable with standing in front of the mirror. I mentioned this on my workshop last Saturday. If you didn't get an opportunity to check it out, it's still available on both of my platforms, Facebook and YouTube. It's called Matters of the Heart. So included some light language healing for the heart chakra, but really it's for any area of the body, mind, spirit that has any kind of imbalance. Excuse me. And then I shared some techniques. So got lost in my train of thought. There's so much coming up to the surface today. So it's just really, taking a look at where you're at right now, and allowing these things to surface, and making those changes. Follow where you're being guided. And if there's, a project that you've been wanting to do for quite some time, there may be something or that you're being guided to share, and there may be someone out there that really needs to hear that message. It may even be an answered prayer for someone. So just wanted to kind of tune in, and I'm actually seeing her. So I'm in my home office space here at home, and I see Kwan Yin coming in again. And the messages that I received is continue to have love, compassion, and mercy for others. Know that we are all going through something. She's saying you can call on her at any time. She really helps to remind us of how to balance out our home life, our work life, and the balance between work and play, rather than feeling we've got to be in go, 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 and then we're ignoring the things that are truly trying to get our attention. So if you find that you're in these repeating patterns or loops, or you just feel like you're spinning your wheel. I always see like the little hamster running running around on the wheel. I mean, who hasn't felt like that some days? Taking that time to really be true to you and acknowledge what's coming up. And no matter where you're at, with your journey, if you're on a spiritual journey, you're working through your awakening, working in the ascension process, starting to dabble in with self-care, self-love. So just reminding us to first and foremost make yourself a priority and really sit with whatever is coming up, and being a not being in a space of judgment, but like a parent to a child, holding space for yourself, even if that means hugging yourself and reminding yourself that you're safe. I talk about taking those deep breaths. And when you're taking that deep breath, essentially, you are calling your energy back in, and being present for yourself and really making that connection with your higher self. The other part of this is just, really having that compassion and love for others, knowing that everyone is working through something. So if someone is going through an illness, or someone is going through a separation, or someone is experiencing loss, or if someone is experiencing grief, or someone is acting as a caregiver, or making changes in their career, or just trying to wrap their head around their whole awakening process and everything that comes with it. And the part that I really like that she reminded me of is, take a look at where your life is today and how far you've come, and think back to, where you came from. And it really made me think about all those rock bottoms, all the people that I've lost in my life, whether they passed on, or if they're just, we've lost that connection over time for whatever reason. Even making changes, like change of home, change of lifestyle. And then I look at all the beautiful changes that have come about in my life, and, you know, being here in my home here with my loving and supportive husband, Stefan, and the, different changes that we're going through and growing through together, and knowing that we're working our own individual journeys, but we're also working together and moving together, and really working to live a more conscious lifestyle, and to have awareness, to have compassion for each other, no matter where we're at. So if you take a look at those that are in your most intimate surroundings, your closest relationships, and know that everyone is a mirror reflecting back. So sit with that, and have those conversations with yourself, even if it's hard. If you're looking to move forward, and if you feel stuck, or if you feel like there's these blocks you can't quite identify with what's going on, perhaps it's time to reach out. And reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a strength to say, you know what, I'm ready to make some changes. And everything that goes on in here is that direct reflection of what's going on outside of us. So if it's experiencing some, energy healing, or experiencing some life coaching, learning some, different tools and techniques and learning some biohacks to get you from where you're at to where you want to be in a shorter amount of time. If you're trying to manifest the life of your dreams, if you're feeling stuck with your finances, or if you don't quite understand what's going on with your abundance or with your relationships, or what are your next steps, there's readings available. So I have lots of different opportunities for you to connect with me and really take a look at what resonates with you and what you're ready to start with. So before I conclude today's live, I just wanted to share a little bit more about Kwan Yin. I pulled one of my cards. This is from the Keepers of the Light Oracle Cards deck by Kyle Gray. And here's the card, Kwan Yin. Beautiful artistry. So this is all about care and compassion. It says, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. So I'm just going to read part of this. Kwan Yin has a strong connection to energy healing, in particular Reiki, and encourages people to offer care, forgiveness, and compassion to themselves and others. Compassion is about recognizing the spirit in others. It's about seeing that they come from the same source as you do. I mean, we are all connected. We are one. We are one universe. And knowing that our heart is telepathic, somebody could be. I actually had somebody ask me that question the other day about, connecting in and doing my services remotely, and it absolutely works no different than if, somebody from, let's say somebody from Paris is connecting with me here in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, but we're not in the same room. It's connecting with their energy and then being able to make that connection, whether it's for energy healing or if it's doing a reading. It works exactly the same. It's using my gifts and abilities to be able to tune in and receive the information psychically, and also my gifts of being a medium and bring forth the information from spirit, connecting with my higher self, and delivering whatever is needed at that time. So the rest of this message is acknowledge all the service and commitment you have offered to others. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. We're love. If you're finding it difficult with anyone at the moment, the best way you can move forward is to go beyond wanting to understand why or how they are the way they are. Just move beyond their behavior, mistakes, and challenges. Don't take it personally. Know that everyone is going through something, and if you're going through something, you're going to see something outside of you where somebody may be acting out that role, and take a look at it without taking it on. So if you identify with being an empath, it's not taking things on. We weren't meant to come here and carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So really taking, more responsibility of what's yours and what someone else's, being able to hold loving space for another person. But the most loving thing that you can do is allow someone to go through their experience, their journey. And if they, are looking for help, they ask you for guidance, offer a helping hand. It's a beautiful thing. So she just really is, all about that compassion and love, and just meeting everyone where they're at. So that's really what I wanted to share with today's live was, you can connect with her at any time. You have a team that's with you 24/7. We have Ascended Masters, we have the Archangels. I connect with Galactic Federation of Light. We have loved ones that have passed. I connect with my dad all the time, which is such a beautiful thing. And friends that have passed, other family members that have passed, colleagues that have passed. We have ancestors and elders. So if you're open to receiving messages, if you're finding it difficult to quiet the mind, tune in and receive the information, reach out. I absolutely love to, uh, my work as a medium and being able to bring forth the information. I hope you have an amazing week. As more information becomes available, I will be sharing it on either platform, Facebook or YouTube. Again, if you are finding that there's someone out there that could truly resonate with this message or needs to hear anything that I've shared today, feel free to like it, love it, share it. And my website is ReikiAngelicHands.com. That's ReikiAngelikHands.com. Again, have a beautiful week. Thank you.